Welcome to Interval TV with two $200 devices that maybe will be under your Christmas tree this year, since they are quite well designed, well crafted, and have a really good price point of contract. So Samsung is a strong brand now for the last 1 to 3 years in the smartphone business, but actually this year they might be losing in the $200 price segment, since with the Samsung Galaxy S3 they have not the best smartphone out there for $200. There is actually here an HTC Desire 500 already compared with the Moto-g, but the Moto-g is one of the latest American products that caught our eye and will be really well selling, since for say $179 US. This is a device that has a quad-core 1.2 GHz processor, a 5-megapixel camera on the back, an HD camera on the front, beautiful 4.5-inch HD screen, and also great design with a 2070 milliamp battery inside. Now, if you want something similar in price, the Samsung Galaxy S3 has 4.0 inches, just 800 x 180 pixel resolution and display, no HD camera on the front, but also 5-megapixel camera on the back, and actually here also on both we have flash and speakers here right on the back. They are both made from a lot of plastic, and also the on and off switches are on the same side. We have only a dual-core 1.2 GHz processor inside. Both are actually by Qualcomm. Volume control is on the Samsung. On the other side we have here both on the same side. Both controls, in terms of thickness, they are exactly the same, I would say, right now from the first feeling. But of course in height the Samsung is a little bit smaller, since it's only 4 inches, but I think it's not too much in a difference. If I put it down on the table, you can also see here from the front that it's really just teeny tiny millimeters that make the difference between the two in size. So I would definitely probably right now recommend the Motorola Moto-g, and I will show you in a few seconds why also. But there's of course points that Samsung did better, like for example we have here a home button with which one you can also just turn on the device. You don't have to press always on the side like on the Moto-g, and you have the setting and the back button for Android right here on the bottom of the screen. You don't have it cluttering up the screen. That is all happening here for the Moto-g on the screen itself, so that needs of course space, which you could use for other things. But if you compare the both 5-megapixel cameras, or the HD camera of the Moto-g and the non-HD camera of the S3 on the front, you can see here right away that the Moto-g has not as much wide angle here, but I think it's faster, more smooth, and it's of course a lot sharper here to use for Skyping, for example. But maybe the colors are a little bit better on the Samsung, but of course you can fix that in the settings that you can just slide in here from the side. So if you rotate the camera on both devices and just look at the wall maybe back there, you can see that here again about the same quality probably, and yeah, there's not much difference when you will take a picture. Colors are about the same, but maybe the Moto-g has just better ones there. And otherwise also a little plus point here for Samsung is that the Motorola comes with 8 gigs or 16 gigs of internal memory for $179 or $199 US, but you cannot actually put more memory inside. So about 5 or 12 gigabytes are accessible here for movies, pictures, videos, even the ones that you will make, and that's not too much, especially since you can shoot in 720p. For the Samsung, which has only 4 gigs of internal memory, there is no difference in that size. There is actually the possibility to put in a micro SD card right here, so you can have 16, 32 or even 64 gigs of extra memory here for everyday use. Also a plus point is the interchangeable 1800 milliamp battery, and there is near field communication NFC inside the Samsung Galaxy Ace, which makes it possible to easily connect to Bluetooth speakers by just tapping on them, or easily send pictures or videos from one smartphone to another in the Android ecosystem, if the other devices of course also Bluetooth and NFC. But this way, this is not possible with the Moto-g, but these are just small drawbacks. If you really like the better camera the bigger screen and maybe even the longer battery life, but they should be about the same since the screen size to the battery is proportional, I think, with 2070 and 1080 here. Otherwise, there's not much else to say, I think, except for if you're thinking about buying something in between that has NFC, micro SD, and also is $200 and also has a quad core and an HD display, then you should check out the HTC with a 4.3 inch and 1800 mAh battery. Also, definitely a beautiful device. There's also a comparison video with the Moto G for that, so check that out in my YouTube channel and Devil TV. And I'm already saying goodbye till next time. Please tune in again. Thank you much for watching, and just a really short comparison here again with my Apple iPhone 5, so you can see that even in size the Motorola is a winner.